Okay. It's driving me nuts because I have to sit like this, otherwise, because if I don't, it screams over my eyes. Okay. Names, Catalonia. Start with the boys. And, number 10 was Hugo. I don't know. I've never really thought of the name Hugo too much. It is cute. I could totally see this on a little baby. And I mean, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm liking it. I mean, literally, second by second. I could totally see this on a bald little baby boy. It is a very big name, I think, but I think it's one of those names that could totally work on a child. And it's cute. I like it. Number 9 was Jan. It's Jan. Yeah, no, I'm not a fan. When you first said this, Amelia, I immediately went to Yanni. I'm not a fan of his music. And no, I could totally see a nickname of Yanni being produced from this. I think it would be unavoidable. Number 8 is Marty. I don't like it because it sounds very nicknamey, and I do not like nicknamey sounding names. I like good, full, well-rounded names. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that one. This next one is very interesting. Had I read it on my own and not heard anyone else say it, I would have pronounced it totally different. I, in fact, would have pronounced it as a street in, I believe, New Orleans. And I could be wrong. This name is Biel. B-I-E-L. It's a very interesting name. I've never heard of it before. But if I use this name, like I said, I would probably pronounce it as Beale. As in, Beale Street. I don't know if I would use it as a name. I don't know. It's different. It is different. This next one, and I totally agree with you, this is much more attractive than, what it's a counterpart of, and this is Arnau. It's different. I'm not necessarily, I don't necessarily like it, but it is way more attractive than Arnold. I've never liked Arnold, but I do like this, Arnau, and I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. I wrote him down phonetically for the first time. You can't see it. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, so this is the first time I've ever done this because I've been getting in trouble with my pronunciations. The next name is Eric, and it's okay. It's an 80s name. Well, no, it's not an 80s name because hello, Leif Erikson. But it got really popular in the 80s, so there's a lot of kids from the 80s that have this name. I went to school with a bunch of Erics. I live in an apartment building, and there were a bunch of boys named Eric, and then I have a cousin named Eric. So, yeah, I've never been a big fan of this one. The next one is Pow, and this is like a melting pot of baby names. It reminds me of something that you would hear in Hawaii. This next name And I think it has everything to do with the way it's pronounced. It looks like pole, but I think it's pronounced pole, with a little bit of a emphasis on the end, almost an A, a short A, pole. I don't know, it's different. The next one is Alex, and again, very nicknamey. It's okay. I like Alexander with a Z, but I'm not real big on the nickname Alex. Again, 80s, lots of kids named Alexander, a lot of Alexes around. I do like the nickname Xander though. So, but my cousin has a son named Xander. Screensaver? There we go. This last one is Mark, and I've never been a fan of Mark. I don't care how you spell it. I don't care if you spell it with a C, a K, or, nope, I'm thinking of someone else. I'm thinking of Eric LaSalle. I was gonna say I don't care if you spell it with a Q, but he has a Q in his name. His name's Eric. Yeah, I don't care how it's spelled. I don't care for it. I don't like Marcus either. I don't hate it, and that's one thing I have to say on, for the most part in these names, there's nothing that I really hate. Okay, I don't hate any of them. I have a strong dislike for some of them, but yeah. So now we're gonna go on to the girls' names. And the very first, well, number 10 on the girls' names list, I never heard of it. But I have to say, I really like the sound of it. But I would probably spell it differently. Because I don't like the silent A at the beginning. And this name is Ina. I do like it. I think it's pretty. I think the spelling is pretty, but here I think the A would pose a problem because everybody here in the US is all about phonetics. And you don't see many children's names that have silent letters, especially at the beginning. And when you do, you normally see a little bandwagon of people behind them saying, "How dare you spell your child's name that way?" People do not like unusual spellings in this country. I don't understand why. There are some unusual spellings that do work, and there are some that are just dog ugly. This one's not dog ugly, it just would be, I think, mispronounced. And it reminds me of Food Network star Ina Garten, and her name is spelled I-N-A. So, yeah, it is a nice name. I think it is a pretty name. This next name is one that I don't like. I've never liked it. It's like right on the cusp of hate for me. I've never known anybody with this name, but I've watched plenty of movies where there's been a character named this name, and they've just been really strongly dislikable characters. This name is Claudia. I do not like this name. I've never liked it. It's, yeah. It's an icky name for me. This next name, I like this name. I have liked this name for as long as I can remember. A lot of people don't because it's not as popular as it used to be. It certainly used to be a lot more popular. It was very big in the 80s, and I know this is kind of a shocker. But I have loved it. This is a classic name, and I think it is very pretty. I think it's, I don't know, it's a simple name, but it's a pretty simple name. And that name is Sarah. I love the name Sarah. Now here the spelling is S-A-R-A. I prefer having the H at the end. But yeah, I think Sarah's very pretty. The next one is, and this is how Amelia pronounced it, Lucia. I knew. When I first seen this name a long time ago, I thought it was Lucia. I do not like the chi in the middle at all. I think it's very ugly with the chi sound. But I do like Lucia. And I love the name Lucy. Lucy is like one of my go-to names. The next one is, I don't dislike it, but it's just kind of an kind of name, and it's Carla. This next one is Marta, and for a long time I disliked it until I realized that it was one of the Von Trapp family children's names. Well, in the movie, I'm not sure if the real Van Trapps had a little girl named Marta, but and she was the cutest little kid. She was the youngest in the film. And she was so cute, and that name just really grew on me over time. So yes, I very much like Marta. The next name, oh my gosh, hold on. Laya, I think. I don't like the sound of it at all. I don't like the lie. I like Leia or Layla, but I do not like Laya. My screensaver. Yeah, I don't care for that at all. This next one is Paula, and it's kind of right up there. It's right up there with Carla. It's just kind of It's boring to me, very boring. But then again, I'm the one that would name her daughter Mary, so. This next name I love. I've loved this name for a long time, and it's Julia. I love the name Julia. I love Julie. I love Juliana. I just think it is like one of the prettiest names that you could saddle onto a child. I think it's very, very pretty. And this last name, I think I've commented on this one before. I'm not sure if I posted the video or not, but it's Martina. There's kind of a story behind it. It's a derivative of Martin, and I had a manager a long time ago that was a complete and total asshole. His name was Martin, and before I met him, I liked the name. After I met him, I despise it, and it kind of pisses me off because he ruined a name for me, because I like the name. I like the name, but I will forever think of him whenever I hear it. And it's like, it's a shame that people can ruin names that people like. It's just, it sucks. So yeah, when I hear Martina, I think of Martina McBride, but I also think of Martin, and it just, I can't get past it. Because I love the name Martin. It's, it drives me nuts. But yeah, so that is all of them. Wow, this is a 13.5-minute video, so I'm gonna say goodbye. I'm going to zip my lip and say goodbye, and yeah.